Hi everybody, this is Brittany with YouthPower365, and I am going to be walking through Dollars for Scholars with you. And Dollars for Scholars is a national organization of which YouthPower365 hosts a local chapter. So when you apply with YouthPower365, not only do you have access to $300,000 of funds only for Eagle County students, but you can also use your profile to apply for funds nationally. The basics, we have a website, youthpower365.dollarsforscholars.org. You need to complete your profile to 100% and then match and apply to both local and national scholarships with it. Today, after this presentation, I hope that you will be able to access the student profile and understand all of the components. Understand how to match and apply for scholarships, as well as be set up for success to receive funds. We want as many students as possible to be eligible to receive these. So again, our website for this is youthpower365.dollarsforscholars.org. And the tab that students really want to use is the Students and Parents tab. So click that. And you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom to this blue button that says click to log in. Please note though, on this Students and Parents page, there is a lot of fantastic information for you to know. There's deadlines, all kinds of things. So if you need any information, you can read it on that page as well. So again, click to log in. You'll be brought to this page. If you have not created an account yet, you are going to click the link, create one here. If you have created an account and you remember your password, go ahead, log in, continue working on your application. But if you made an account when you were, a sophomore, whatever, click forgot password, because if you're anything like me, you probably don't remember a password from 2+ years ago. It'll send you a link to your email to reset your password. But today we're going to walk through this as if you are a completely new student who has not set up an account yet. So when you click don't have an account yet, create one here, it's going to lead you to this page. You are going to type in your local high school. So that might be Battle Mountain, Eagle Valley, Red Canyon, Vail Mountain School, Vail Christian, and you are going to click the button that says choose this school. Just double check that it is the right school based on the city and the zip code, especially if you go to Red Canyon, right? There's 2 campuses, so just cross-check yourself. And if you have issues with this page, make sure to email me. After that, it is going to lead you to this basic information page. And what I have to say about this is that you really want to make sure that all of your personal information is correct, it's spelled correctly, it's grammatically sound. Enter your physical and mailing address. Do not use your school address either, or your school email. Reason being, once you leave high school, your email is shut off. It is not an avenue to reach you. So please use your personal information. Also, if you are applying this year, yes, you are a senior and you're expected to graduate 2021. Even though 2020 has seemed extremely long and like it might not ever end, you indeed are going to graduate in 2021. After you fill out all of that personal information, you are going to have this pop-up screen that says, check all your email folders. It's going to send you your login and a temporary password. And yes, it might go straight to your inbox, but sometimes it goes to spam. So please make sure to check your spam folder. You should get this email immediately. And this is what the email looks like. And so I recommend when you go to log back in that you just copy this really, really obnoxiously long temporary password. Okay, again, this is your login info. You're going to go back to this page where you originally clicked the do not have account yet link. You're going to enter your temporary password, aka paste it, unless you have a photographic memory, and put in the email address that you used, which as a reminder will not be your school email. It is going to prompt you to create a new password. My advice to you, create a safe password. Although this account does not hold information like your social security number, it holds your birth date, your address, a lot of information about you, personal essays. This would be a really great place for somebody to learn a lot of personal information about you for whatever reason they want. So use a good password that's a combination of letters, numbers, and special characters. This page is going to pop up and it's going to look like that page you just filled out. Do not fret. A couple things I want to point out. At the top, you'll see two links. One is for national scholarships and one is for Dollars for Scholars. So if you ever want to toggle between the two, that's where you do it. But on this page, just double, triple check that everything is correct and click Save to continue. Moving forward, when you log in, this is the page that you are going to come to. It's called My Dashboard. There's a lot on here for you to see. There's scholarship news. There's opportunities both through us and the national chapter, as well as this is where you will click to get into your profile. It's a fun little button that says Work on Profile. Once you start working on your profile, when you log in, you'll kind of get like a completion bar, and it will tell you what percentage of completion your application is. We only accept applications that are 100% complete. So if you are down to the wire and it still does not say 100% complete, get a hold of me so that you can be considered. So click on Work on Profile. Again, you can use these little links to submit transcripts and all those things, but you can also do that in your profile, which looks like this. Green means complete, you guys. So you'll see on the side, there's all of these different categories, and you have green, yellow, and red. Green means you have successfully completed it. It is done. Yellow means you've started it and there's still stuff to do. And red means you have not touched it yet. So for all of you visual learners, that makes it really easy to see. There are a couple things that are new this year that I want to touch on. In the Documents tab this year, we are asking every student to upload a resume to be eligible for scholarships. If you need help fixing or creating a resume, also please email me. I worked with all of the English 4 students to do this. So please know I am still a resource to you. You can also use this section to upload awards, certificates, all of those things. So EFC, estimated family contribution. This year, you must enter an EFC, or if you are eligible for the Pell Grant, meaning you need to fill out FAFSA. I would recommend you fill out FAFSA anyway, as a majority of scholarships and post-secondary institutions will not grant you scholarships, grants, or funding without it. And it doesn't matter if your EFC is $1 million or 0. You still need it to receive funding. You can get this number a couple ways. Obviously, filling out your FAFSA, which is the best avenue to do it. If you are not eligible for FAFSA, please fill out the CASFA. or use the EFC calculator on College Board to get this number. So we're going to jump back and I'm going to go through each section and tell you the tips and tricks on how to do this successfully. Make sure, is it accurate? Okay, do put your citizenship. It does not matter for our scholarships, but it could for some of those national level ones. Do you receive free and reduced lunch? If you have not filled out this application yet and you think your family is eligible, please do that, as free lunch has been happening at Eagle County schools with COVID, but will not continue for the rest of eternity. So please apply for free and reduced lunch. Also, are you a first generation student? Meaning, are you the first generation to attend college? Meaning like your parents and your grandparents did not attend. And then your highest level of education is going to be high school graduate, because we are all going to do awesome and graduate this year. Schools. Your current grade is 12. You're graduated 2021. You do need to put in at least one college you intend to go to, and if you were accepted, waitlisted, etc. You can put up to 3. So if you're like kind of debating or you're waiting to hear back from some schools, that's a great option for you. Next, you need to put in at least one intended major. You can put in multiple. Some people are planning to double major, or maybe different schools offer different majors. That's totally fine. Most of you will be full-time. Most of you will live on campus unless you are attending a community college, which is definitely okay. You can put attending at home or attending part-time. Actually, I do want to go back and talk about dual enrollment. There is a question about a college you are currently attending. If you are taking a dual enrollment class through Eagle County Schools, you are getting college credit, but you are not attending CMC. The only reason you would say that you have attended CMC is if you have taken a class with them over the summer or something along those lines. That is not provided through Eagle County Schools. You will need to get your transcript from CMC if you have done that. GPA, you guys are on a 4.0 scale. Your GPA is weighted, and your GPA is the same for all grade levels. You do not need to fill in your GPA, like your cumulative GPA per grade. I just need your cumulative GPA right now, which you can get from your counselor, as well as it's on your transcript, which you should have requested. Ranking, your school does rank you. They use an integer system, which means a number system. So class rank, that is going to be your standing. Class size is out of how many? This is where you put your SAT or ACT scores. This year, we are not judging merit solely off of GPA and SAT scores, as not everybody had the opportunity to take the SAT, as well as I would say that your test scores are not reflective of a normal testing cycle. So only put your score if it's an 1100 or above for the SAT, or 25 or above for the ACT. This section is the activities section. It is going to take you the most amount of time. Here is where you need to put the past 4 years of everything you did that you were not paid to do. And a couple of things I want to point out is that you put the activity name and type. I would highly recommend that you diversify your type of activity, because some scholarships actually look for students who are involved in a multitude of different things. So Little tip, it's up to you to decide to do that. Award, this is where you can put other scholarships that you've received. Academic merit. You can also put Dean's List honor rolls. You can put national and, you know, state and school level awards you've received as well that are not monetary. Employment's pretty straightforward. Anything in the past 4 years that you were paid to do. Unless you are under the age of 16, you do not need to worry about this page, but this is, I'm gonna move forward one. This is a parent consent page. So if you're graduating and under 16, your parents do need to sign off on you applying, but if you're older than 16, they do not. We already covered EFC. And then I do want to talk about essays. There are two. The first one is a goals essay, and the second is unusual circumstances. Most of this information can be pulled from an essay you wrote for the Common Application or a school. But both of these essays need to be edited, grammatically correct, and legitimate essays. Anywhere from a paragraph, you know, to a page and a half. Goals essay is pretty easy, but I do want to touch on unusual circumstances. This can simply be a place where you discuss how your EFC is not reflective of your family situation because things have changed in your family, you know, due to COVID. You can talk about circumstances that have happened in your life or your family's life. But you can also make this lighthearted. Like maybe there's a time where you lost a sports game and it was due to your sportsmanship, and losing and having that connection helped you grow into a better person. So I don't want you to feel like this has to be a like area where you need to release all of the traumatic events that have happened in your life. It's simply a place for you to talk about growth. You will need to request your transcript through our portal as well. And your counselor will get a request for it. If you have not seen your transcript submitted, you will need to follow up with your counselor after like 3 to 4 weeks. They get a lot of these requests. It's easy to miss a couple. Simply because your inbox is so full. So it is also your responsibility to do that follow-up. The same with references. So you do not upload a reference letter, nor does your reference. They will fill out almost like a survey about you, and it's on like a 1 to 5 scale and asks about your attributes. So if you see that your reference still has not completed the recommendation, also follow up with them. If it's been 3 or 4 weeks, they get a lot of these, and it is your responsibility to follow up. It is your scholarship application. Lastly, green means complete. Again, all of your tabs will be green if you are at 100%. After you're at 100%, you are going to click this link that says My Scholarships. And this is where you will see what scholarships you are matched to. You'll see I did not complete my profile, right? Like I have all this red. And so under scholarship applications ready to complete, I don't have anything. But when your application is complete, this is where they will pop up. If you've completed an application, it's going to live under scholarships I've applied for. Tips. Some of these scholarships require custom eligibility from you. You know, there's scholarships, excuse me. There are scholarships for being part of gender-specific clubs. different sports, parents who work at Vail Health, people interested in art, STEM, etc. So some of these may ask you a few additional questions, but they are not strenuous, they are not long. Second, honesty. Do not put anything in your application that is not accurate. This has happened before. We always find out, and it's an immediate disqualifier. Doesn't matter how much need you have. It doesn't matter how great your grades are. I will take your application out of the pool and you will not receive an interview or dollars. Third, essays. Again, please submit quality peer-edited essays. I do read all of the essays that come through. So I will critique them. And so will other people on the interview committee. And then lastly, social media. These next 6 months, between the holidays and graduating, clean it up. Inappropriate or questionable social media will disqualify you. And it happened to 2 finalists last year. One girl, her VSCO was strictly drinking with friends. Disqualified, she lost a $20,000 scholarship. Likewise, a student was found with marijuana paraphernalia on their Instagram. They lost a $7,000 scholarship. So I am not the only person looking at your social media. So are schools, so are other scholarship providers. Clean it up. If you don't think your grandmother would like to see it, we don't want to see it. So it is our obligation to vet every possible recipient. And this is my contact information. So my email is bkinney@vbf.org. You can email me not only about scholarships, but if you need help with FAFSA, if you need help with college applications, your essays, your resumes, internships, any question under the sun relating college or career, I am here for you. Also, that is my cell phone number. If you need to reach me immediately, you can text me. Please start with your name and the school that you go to. Otherwise, I have no idea who you are. And we can set up a Zoom meeting anytime where I can share my screen, you can share your screen, and we can really walk through these processes together. So again, Dollars for Scholars, it's not just me, but it's also a national platform that I hope you take advantage of. Contact me if you have any questions. The application is due March 1st, okay, 11:59 p.m. It gets turned off. And you can use these funds in-state, out-of-state if you take a gap year. So please consider it as an option for your college funding. Thank you for listening to this long conversation about scholarships. And again, reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.